Students, today we are going to start with the topic that is joint stock company. So let's start with the meaning and definition of a company. Company is an artificial person coming into existence by law. So company is considered as an artificial person. It is considered as a person because all the economic activities are performed in the name of the company. And it is artificial in the sense because a person can't see any company can be seen by its assets. कंपनी के हम एसेट्स देख सकते हैं, बट कंपनी इज इनविजिबल एंड इट इज़ इनटेंजिबल, जिसे हम टच नहीं कर सकते इन द आइज ऑफ लॉ, कानून की नज़र में. सो कंपनी इज़ एन आर्टिफिशियल पर्सन because all the economic activities are performed in the name of the company, and all the companies, they have their common goals, and goal is to earn profit. This is the main intention. As per Companies Act 2013, company means company registered under this act. As per Companies Act 2013, all the companies which are registered as per this act, that is Companies Act 2013, or under any former act. Former act means before Companies Act 2013, the act Companies Act 1956 was prevailing. तो कोई भी कंपनी 2013 के पहले अगर एस्टेब्लिश्ड हुई है, then it might be established on the basis of the Companies Act 1956. So that will also be considered as a company. So company means company registered, जो registered हुई है under Companies Act 2013 or Companies Act 1956. Now let's come to the characteristics. First characteristics, that is legal personality. Company gets separate legal personality with its registration. If you remember, we have learned this kind of point in cooperative society also. After getting the registration done, when the registration of the cooperative society is completed, cooperative society gets its separate identity from its members. In the same way, company also gets separate legal identity, personality, kanuni existence with its registration. After getting the registration, if the company's registration is over, company gets its separate legal name, legal personality, legal unit apart from its members. Company can sue in its name. Sue means company can file a case in the court in its name. कंपनी अपने नाम पे किसी के खिलाफ कोर्ट में केस कर सकती है, और कोई भी कैन बी सीव्ड अगेंस्ट बाय द कंपनी. कोई भी दूसरा, कोई भी कंपनी और एनी इंस्टीट्यूशन और एनी पर्सन कैन फाइल अ केस अगेंस्ट द कंपनी बिकॉज कंपनी इज a legal personality. So against the company, case can be filed in the court, and company can enter into contract. All the contracts are entered on the name of the company because company is legal separate identity. Company is having separate legal identity apart from its members. Members अलग है. The person who is running the company, that is well, but the company has got its name. For example, we know Reliance by its name. It is one of the big corporate sector. तो हम कंपनी के नाम से उसे पहचानते हैं. So company has got its separate legal identity. That is one characteristics. Now come to the next characteristics. Okay, so next feature is perpetual existence. In the same way as the cooperative society is having perpetual means long lasting existence, companies, big joint stock companies, corporate sector companies, they are also having separate legal identity by law, and they are apart from the members, they are different from the members, if the members death is occurring or insolvency is occurring, but then also the company is going to exist. So company is having long existence. If the members they resign, or if any member dies or become insolvent, means unable to pay the fund, whatever money he is taken from the company, if he is unable to pay the fund, then also the company is going to exist. Company is not going to come to an end. Company is going to come to an end only after doing the liquidation procedure as per the law, as per the Companies Act. If the company is following liquidation procedure, then only the company will come to an end. Now come to the next characteristics, that is division of capital in small fraction. The capital of company's capital is known as the share capital, is divided into small parts. Each part is called share. Let's understand it by taking one simple example. I am taking a small figure. For example, company's total capital is, say, 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees. This is total share of total capital of the company. I have taken a small figure, 10 lakh. Now if the company's value of the share is 10 rupees, 10 rupees per share, एक शेयर की वैल्यू 10 rupees है. So total capital divided by 10, we will get number of shares. So it will be 10,000 shares. 10,000 shares. So what the company has done? Company has divided its total capital into small part, and each part is known as share. So this 10,000 shares are there. तो कंपनी ने टोटल कैपिटल डिवाइड कर दिया स्मॉल पार्ट में, एंड ईच पार्ट इज हैविंग सम वैल्यू. वैल्यू ऑफ वन शेयर इज 10 rupees. So 10,000 shares multiplied by 10, the total capital comes, that is 1 lakh. Is it clear? Now these 10,000 shares the company has issued in the market for collecting the capital. If a person wants to buy 10 shares, he can buy 10 into 10, he will pay 100. If a person wants to buy 5,000 shares, he can purchase it. So what the benefit is there? The company issues the shares and it is divided into small parts and having some value. Any person can buy the share, any amount of shares he can buy from the market. So the company can collect large amount of capital. So company collects capital on large scale by issuing the shares. Because if any person is having large amount of capital, he can buy large number of shares. If a person is having limited capital, he can purchase less amount of shares. But the company can collect large scale capital by issuing the shares. So this is one benefit, main benefit for the corporate sector. With the help of this, they can do the business on a large scale. Now the person who is purchasing the share, they are known as the shareholder. If a person is purchasing equity shares, he will be known as the equity shareholder of the company. Now come to the next point, that is easy transfer of shares. Now whenever companies they are issuing equity shares, and if the company has listed the shares in the stock exchange, कंपनी ने अपने शेयर्स अगर स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में लिस्ट किया हुआ है, then every day buying and selling is done in the stock exchanges of the shares of the company. कंपनी के जो शेयर्स हैं, sell and purchase is done. So transfer of shares, that means buying and selling of the shares is easily carried on as per the law if it is listed in the stock exchange. So transfer of share is an important characteristics of company. If a person has purchased shares of a company, he can do the selling in the stock exchange on the next day or as per his desire. Now come to the next, Next point is common seal. Now whenever any company is there, if the company is entering into contract, or if share certificates are there, or if any document related with the activity of the company, seal of the company is affixed. मतलब कंपनी का स्टैम्प जो सील होता है वो उस पर एफिक्स करते हैं, उस पर लगाते हैं. तो कंपनी की जो सील होती है इट इज़ कॉमन. इफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन इज देयर देन ऑल्सो द सील विल बी सेम. If any document is there, on that document also the same seal will be there. There is no change in the seal. So there is common seal of the company. And what does it sees? What does it shows? कि अगर किसी डॉक्यूमेंट पे कंपनी की सील लगी है, इट मीन्स देर इज कंसेंट ऑफ द कंपनी, कंपनीज परमिशन, कंपनीज एग्रीमेंट इज देयर. नाउ कम टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक, नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, सॉरी, that is management. As the company is an artificial person, the board of directors manage the company subject to memorandum of association and articles of association. These are the two documents which is to be prepared and submitted to the registrar of the companies when the company comes into formation. And it is mentioned in these documents that the election will be done and board of directors are elected by doing the election. So board of directors, they are managing the company. Now these 2 points, memorandum of association and articles of association, regarding this we will understand in the next topics. It is given there. The shareholders elect their representatives. As I have explained just now, election is conducted and shareholders, they are electing the representatives, and the representatives, they are known as the board of directors. One director will be known as director, and group of directors will be known as board of directors, and they will manage the company. Now the important sentence, ownership and management are separate. Now let's understand this point clearly. Suppose one person is there, he has purchased say 10 shares of Reliance. तो उसने अगर 10 शेयर परचेज किया हुआ रिलायंस का, देन ही विल बी कॉल्ड एज ओनर. उसके पास ओनरशिप तो है, भले उतने परसेंटेज की है, बट ही विल नॉट बी एबल टू डू द मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द कंपनी. सो ओनरशिप इज डिफरेंट. इफ एनी पर्सन इज परचेजिंग शेयर्स ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स ऑफ एनी कंपनी, he will be termed as owner, but he will not be able to do the management. Now management is done by the persons who have got the majority of the shareholdings. जिनके पास में मेजॉरिटी होती है शेयर होल्डिंग्स की, they are doing the management of the company. So basically बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स में डायरेक्टर्स उसी के एलेक्ट होते हैं जिनके पास में मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द शेयर होल्डिंग्स होती है, बिकॉज हियर वोटिंग इज डन पर शेयर नॉट पर मेंबर. वोटिंग शेयर के हिसाब से होती है. सो द पर्सन हु हैज़ गॉट द मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द शेयर होल्डिंग्स, his voting percentage will be more, and he can elect the directors in the board of directors. So in this way the person who has got the majority of the shareholdings can do the management in the company. And if a person is having 100 shares or 200 shares, then also he will be known as owner, and he will be having the ownership of the company, but he can't do the management. Now come to the next point, that is status of member. Neither a member can enter into contract on behalf of the company. If any person has purchased shares of a company, but he can't enter in any contract on behalf of the company, can be able be liable for the act of the members, and the company is not liable for any act of the members. If any shareholder has done any fraud, company is not liable, as the management and ownership are separate. Just now I have explained. And also the company has separate legal identity. Company has got its separate identity. Separate company is separate unit, and members, they are the separate unit. But a member can enter into contract with the company. If any member wants to do any business with the company, for example, if any shareholder is there and he wants to supply the raw material to the company, he can enter into contract with the company. Now come to the next point, that is number of member. मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स इन प्राइवेट कंपनीज टू, यानी कम से कम 2 लोग तो चाहिए अगर प्राइवेट कंपनी एस्टेब्लिश करनी है. मैक्सिमम 200. So there is limitation on maximum number. Now if the company is public company, then minimum number of member is 2 and there is no restriction on the maximum number of members. Company can issue large number of shares and in the market and person can buy it. So restriction on membership is not there. Now the 9th point is liability of members. Liability of members may be limited or unlimited. Basically, liability of the members having unlimited liability is not seen in reality. So generally the liability of the members is limited and it is limited up to the shares held by them. If the company is limited by shares, तो जितने भी शेयर्स मेंबर ने परचेज किए हुए हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल 100 शेयर्स मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 10, तो 100 इंटू 10 1000, तो 1000 will be liability. Just I am giving small figure. So whatever shares is purchased multiplied by the amount, that much amount he has paid and his liability is over. Companies with unlimited liability are rarely seen in reality. Just now I have explained. Liability of members is limited or unlimited is stated in Memorandum of Association. So this is one document, Memorandum of Association, which is prepared while establishing or while doing the formation of a company. And in this document, company is limited, company is having limited liability or unlimited liability. It is mentioned in this Memorandum of Association. Now come to the next point, that is fundamental rights. Company, no doubt, it is having separate legal identity by law. But the company is not considered as a citizen. It is not considered as a citizen. जैसे कोई भी citizen है, he can cast the vote. वो vote cast कर सकता है. That is one fundamental right which is enjoyed by the citizens. But the company can't cast a vote. That is the regarding fundamental right. Company can't cast vote and can't participate in the democracy and can't elect any government in the country. Voting right per share. This is one main benefit which is given to the equity shareholders. Members of the company can cast vote on the basis of the number of shares held by them. जितने भी shares उनके पास है उसके हिसाब से उनकी voting होगी. So if the person is having large number of shares, or you can say if any person is there who is having the majority of the shareholdings, say 50% shareholding is there with that person, if he is casting his vote, means 50% vote is given to that person. So main benefit is there if equity shareholders are there, that their voting percentage is considered as per their holding of shares. Now, easy transfer of shares and voting per share are special characteristics of the company. So we have completed characteristics. Now come to the advantages. First advantage is huge capital fund. As I have explained in the characteristics first point, that the company divides the total capital into small fractions. छोटे छोटे पार्ट में डिवाइड कर देती एंड ईच पार्ट इज नोन एज द शेयर्स. सो इफ अ पर्सन इज हैविंग लेस अमाउंट ऑफ कैपिटल देन ऑल्सो यू कैन परचेज द शेयर्स. एंड वन मेन बेनिफिट इज देयर दैट वोटिंग राइट इज per share. So there is attraction among the persons to buy the equity shares, that if a person is having large number of shares, he can manage the company. So this attraction is there among the persons that they can buy the large number of shares and they can manage the company. As a result, the company can raise large capital. जिनके पास ज़्यादा पैसा है ज़्यादा शेयर परचेज कर सकते हैं, कम है तो भी परचेज कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज इट इज़ डिवाइडेड इनटू स्मॉल fraction, small value and large number of shares are there. So large number of persons can purchase the shares and huge amount of capital is collected by the companies and they can do the activities on large scale. Now the next advantage, main advantage, which we have learned in the characteristics also, easy transfer of shares. If the company's shares are listed in the stock exchange, recognized stock exchange, then daily purchase and sale can be done in the stock exchange. So transfer of shares, if a person has purchased, for example, if a person has purchased 100 shares of say Reliance company, and if he is getting profit, then he can sell the shares day after tomorrow or tomorrow in the recognized stock exchange in the working days of the stock exchange. So transfer of shares is easily in the joint stock companies, although restriction is laid on the transfer of shares in the private company. In private company, transfer of shares is restricted, but if it is public company and it is listed in the stock exchange, then daily purchase and selling can be done in the recognized stock exchange. In this way, transfer of shares is done easily. Now come to the next advantage, that is limited liability of the members. The members have limited liability. Liability is limited up to the face value of the company, फेस वैल्यू ऑफ द शेयर्स ऑफ कंपनी. कंपनी के जो शेयर्स हैं उसकी जो फेस वैल्यू है, कंपनी ने जब इक्विटी शेयर्स इशू किया था उस समय की जो प्राइस है, और कंपनी जो बैलेंस शीट में शेयर्स की प्राइस मेंशन करती है, बस उतनी ही लाइबिलिटी होती है मेंबर्स की. इफ द कंपनी कम्स इनटू लिक्विडेशन, द मेंबर्स विल पे द अमाउंट ओनली अप टू द फेस वैल्यू ऑफ द शेयर्स. सो इन शॉर्ट, इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स जिन्होंने भी शेयर्स परचेज करके रखा हुआ है किसी भी कंपनी का, दे आर लाइबल टू गेट द अमाउंट अप टू द फेस वैल्यू ऑफ द शेयर्स if the company is having fund with them. It is not compulsory that the company is going to pay the amount to the equity shareholders. कंपनी के पास फंड अगर बच रहा है, then the members of the company they will pay the amount up to the face value of the company to the shareholders. So liability of the members is limited up to the face value of the company, which they will pay if the company comes into liquidation. Now come to the fourth advantage, which we have discussed earlier also, separate identity. Company is having separate identity apart from the members, because after getting the registration, कंपनी का रजिस्ट्रेशन हो गया एज पर इंडियन कंपनीज एक्ट 2013 और इंडियन कंपनीज एक्ट 1956. 2013 से पहले अगर कंपनी रजिस्टर्ड हुई है तो ऑब्वियसली 1956 एक्ट के हिसाब से रजिस्टर्ड हुई है. So if the company is registered as per Companies Act, any Companies Act, company is having separate identity and long lasting life. Company is going to exist for a long period of time. If the members they are dying and if they are resigning from the company, they are selling the shares or they are buying more shares, but the company is going to exist. There will be no effect on the company. Company will come to an end only if the liquidation procedure is फॉलोड. इफ इनसेनिटी ऑफ मेंबर्स, कोई मेंबर अगर पागल हो जाता है, देन ऑल्सो द कंपनी इज गोइंग टू एग्जिस्ट. अगर उस किसी मेंबर ने शेयर्स ट्रांसफ़र कर दिए हैं, मतलब शेयर्स अपने बेच दिए, देन ऑल्सो द कंपनी इज गोइंग टू एग्जिस्ट. उसने बेचा तो किसी ने परचेज किया, सो कंपनी इज गोइंग टू एग्जिस्ट. नाउ द नेक्स्ट एडवांटेज, which is one of the important advantage, that is advantage of large scale. As I have explained earlier that the company is able to collect huge amount of capital by issuing the shares, and the company is having huge amount of capital, then they can do the large scale production with the help of modern machineries, expert services, research and technologies are there, research and development they are doing, and all these activities are done because they are having huge capital. Huge capital is with them. तो अगर कैपिटल ज़्यादा है और लार्ज स्केल प्रोडक्शन कर रहे हैं, देन द मेन बेनिफिट इज दिस, दैट द कॉस्ट विल बी लो. पर यूनिट कॉस्ट विल बी लो, एंड इफ द पर यूनिट कॉस्ट इज लो, द कंपनी कैन अर्न ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट. क्योंकि कंपनी की कॉस्ट ही कम है, तो इस हिसाब से कंपनी अच्छी तरह से ग्रोथ कर सकती है और डेवलपमेंट कर सकती है बाय अर्निंग लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट. नाउ कम टू द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, दैट इज एफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट. See, the company is having large amount of capital, so the company appoints professionals, the person who has got the MBA degrees, chartered accountants, and CA, that is chartered accountant, CS, company secretariat. तो ऐसे लोगों को अपॉइंट करती है who are the well qualified as a managers. And if the person is appointed as a manager and if he is well qualified, then obviously efficient management will be done. So the company's management is efficient because of expert services, and directors are also efficient. They are also well knowledge to conduct the business activities, to run the business, to frame the policies of the business for a longer period of time. Now the next advantage is democratic management. See, the board of directors are doing the management. Board of directors, they are doing the management. And these directors, they are elected democratically. उनका election होता है. Election होता है means democracy is followed. And the shareholders, they are casting their vote. Voting हो रही है तो democracy follow हो रही है. तो board of directors, they are doing the management, and board of directors are elected. So there is democratic management. Decisions are taken by majority in the general meetings of the members. तो जितने भी shareholders हैं उनकी जनरल मीटिंग होती है एंड डिसीजंस आर टेकन इन द बाय द मेजॉरिटी. नाउ द नेक्स्ट एडवांटेज और बेनिफिट ऑफ द जॉइंट स्टॉक कंपनी इज बेनिफिट्स टू सोसाइटी एंड नेशन. अपार्ट फ्रॉम अर्निंग प्रॉफिट, नो डाउट दे आर अर्निंग ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट, बट दे आर giving some benefit to the society also and nation also. If any person is purchasing shares, debentures, or public doing deposits in the company, that is public deposits of the company, then they are doing the savings. अगर वो बचत नहीं कर रहे हैं तो किसी कंपनी का शेयर्स नहीं परचेज कर सकते. सो इन दिस वे देर इज हैबिट ऑफ डूइंग द सेविंग्स. सो सेविंग्स इज एनकरेज्ड. That is one benefit to the society, to the citizens of the company. Second, after doing the investment, that is buying the shares, they will receive dividend. If any person has purchased equity shares of a company, the person will receive dividend. Companies, they are issuing dividend time to time. And if the person has purchased debentures, he will earn interest. He will get interest. So understand the difference. शेयर्स पे कंपनी डिविडेंड देती है, डिवेंचर्स पे इंटरेस्ट पे करती है, पब्लिक डिपॉजिट्स पे इंटरेस्ट पे करती है. सो लेट मी अगेन क्लियर इट. इफ अ पर्सन हैज परचेज्ड इक्विटी शेयर्स और प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स, ही विल गेट डिविडेंड. एंड इफ अ पर्सन हैज परचेज्ड डिवेंचर्स और पब्लिक डिपॉजिट्स, ही विल रिसीव इंटरेस्ट. So he is getting benefit after doing the investment in the company. Now advantages of large scale production are also available to the society. As I have explained earlier, if the company is doing large scale production with the help of modern machineries and expert services, then per unit cost will be less. And if per unit cost is less, the company is in the position to provide the product in the market to the customers at reasonable price. अगर कंपनी की कॉस्ट कम है, then the company can sell the product at reasonable price to the customers. So in this way, customers are benefited. Next point, employment opportunities are increased. And if the companies, they are earning profit, then obviously they are going to increase their production. They are going to set up new business, that is new factories at different places. And in this way they will create employment opportunities. And some companies, they spend a part of profit for the benefits of the society, like art, garden, school, college, playground, etc. तो कुछ कंपनीज ऐसी हैं जो कुछ स्कूल्स बना देती हैं. वन ऑफ द कंपनी, दैट इज़ टाटा कंपनी, which is doing so much social welfare activities. The school बना दिया, college बना दिया. So in this way they are contributing in the growth of the society and provides many facilities voluntarily. खुद की इच्छा से वो एम्प्लॉयज़ को बहुत सारी फैसिलिटीज़ प्रोवाइड करते हैं. Companies pay crores of rupees to the government by way of taxes. Government is receiving taxes, and whatever taxes the government has received, so what the government will do? Government will create infrastructure, and in this way nation is benefited. This amount is also used for the development of the company. Just now I have explained the point. Okay, so now the next topic is limitations of the joint stock company. That we will understand in the next video. Thank you.